Hello everyone, how are you guys doing today? So as many of you are probably aware by now, on August 1st, right, there's going to be a supposed nationwide boycott against African-owned businesses, and the people that are going to be doing the boycotting are so-called Black Americans. And I'm not black, okay? I am not black. But I'm still going to go ahead and say this. This is really disgusting, and this is also nauseating to me, because it just shows you the significant and notable amount of self-hate that so-called Black Americans, or what they call themselves to be FBA or ADOS, it shows the significant amount of self-hate that they have against their African brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa, and how much they are trying to delineate themselves from their African ancestry. Now, I don't know the true origins of where this self-hate and delineation is coming from, but for those of us who are on social media a lot, we probably have an idea where all this is probably coming from, okay? Because you have individuals on social media like Tariq Nasheed, who coined such terminologies, right? And when I first watched Tariq Nasheed several years ago, I thought he was a Pan-African, and I thought he was for Black people all over the world and for Africa. Well, apparently right now he isn't, and there are many other popular individuals on YouTube that I used to follow for a long time that I used to think the same thing, and apparently they're on this indigenous Black American movement, okay? They're in this movement where they are just trying to divide diasporic Africans from each other, and this is just so fucking sad and pitiful on so many levels. Because Black Americans, okay, I don't know if Jamaicans do this, I don't know if Bahamians do this, I don't know if Dominican Republicans do this, Puerto Ricans, Haitians, but Black Americans here in the States, okay, have serious issues of self-hate. Okay, you don't see the Asians doing this kind of things to each other. You don't see the Arabs doing these kinds of things to each other. You don't see the East Indians doing these things to each other. And you don't see white people doing this to each other as well. Okay, it's only Black Americans, okay, that try to delineate themselves from their ancestry and are in this... They're in this delusional belief, okay, that they are the indigenous inhabitants of America when they are not, okay? And apparently, a lot of y'all don't know history, because if you're very smart and clever and knowledgeable like that, you would know that the first indigenous inhabitants of America were Black people who came from Africa, okay? If you look at the Olmec civilization, the Olmecs came from Africa, the ancient Aztecs, the ancient Tehicans. I don't know how to pronounce many of these Latin American names, but you get the idea. All of them came from Africa. The original indigenous Native Americans, okay, they all came from Africa. And the reason why the so-called Native Americans today, as well as the so-called Latinos, Hispanics, Mexicans, and Mestizos, the reason why they look the way that they do today, okay, is because of centuries and generations of inbreeding and interracial marriage and procreation with the Mongoloids, okay, that came from Asia, crossed the Bering Strait into North and South America, okay? They interbred with the indigenous Black populations there. So now you have these mixed races, okay? You have this mixed race of the Native Americans and so-called mestizos, Hispanics, Mexicans, Latin Americans that they look like today, mixed with European blood because of slavery and colonization by the Europeans, particularly the Spaniards, centuries later. Okay, so I hate to break it to you, Black Americans, who y'all claim are the indigenous inhabitants of this land. Sorry, you are not from that lineage. Okay, they are unfortunately long extinct. Okay, the ancient indigenous black inhabitants of the Americas are unfortunately long extinct because of, like I said, inbreeding with Asians and Europeans. Okay, and many so-called Native American tribes were also wiped out when the Europeans colonized America. So I hate to break it to you, you are not a part of that lineage. Okay, you are African descendants of African slaves who were brought to America against their own will, okay, to help build this goddamn country that just needs to really continue burning to pieces, okay, because it's no good, it has no good foundations. That is where your lineage comes from, okay? That is where your ancestry comes from, okay? Whether you want to believe this or not, okay? And if black people all over the world, okay, not just in America, but also in Africa, Australia, South America, and Europe, Asia, if black people all over the world are to be really and truly liberated, okay, y'all have to stop this beef with each other. Y'all have to stop this self-hate and really come together as a people, okay, because everybody's against you. Everybody's against black people all over the world, no matter what part of the world you come from, no matter what part of the world you're born in, okay? Black Americans, why don't you boycott all these Asian businesses that have done you no good but exploit off of you and take your money? No, you're not going to do that. You're going to boycott African businesses when you should very much be patronizing them, okay? And treating them as your own, as black people, okay? You're not going to do that. You're not going to boycott all these Asian, Arab, Indian businesses in your communities exploiting off of you, but you're going to boycott your very own blood. You're going to boycott your very own family, your very own lineage. I just don't understand, okay? Now, for those of you that want to continue believing whatever the fuck you want to believe, go ahead and end up getting destroyed for the lack of knowledge, okay? But I'm going to continue to say, as well as many other people, if you all are to be really and truly liberated, okay, no matter what part of the world you're from, you need to come together. Black people all over the world need to come together as black people and unite, okay, that against all these forces that's been oppressing y'all. That's the only way, and that is the only time y'all will really and truly be liberated and free, okay, and decolonized, okay? Now, I'm going to say this again, I am not black, okay, and I know I'm gonna get a lot of scrutiny and hate in the comment sections with people telling me that I am not black, so I am not in the place to talk about black issues. But I'm still going to come over here and give y'all my spiel and give y'all my opinions and everything that I've been noticing around the world, okay, because this is just rubbish that needs to stop, okay? And I really and truly would like to see Africans globally, okay, globally, not just on the continent, globally. I would really and truly love to see y'all united and really and truly completely liberated, okay? So with that said, I hope that y'all have a nice day and peace.